Hi students, welcome to yet another session of my class. We are discussing Animal Farm by George Orwell. Let us continue the topic. The last class we already discussed about George Orwell and also discussed about the background details of Animal Farm. I think all of you are familiar with this writer, that is George Orwell, as well as the background details of Animal Farm. At that time, I already told you Animal Farm is a allegorical novella. Allegorical in the sense means there is a secondary meaning, that is a hidden meaning is embedded within the novel. And moreover, this is a political satire. And all the events in the Animal Farm is associated with the real events that was going on in Russia during his lifetime, especially Bolshevik Revolution and other historical events that was going on in Russia during his lifetime. So all the important characters in the novella represent those historical figures who took part in Bolshevik Revolution as well as the political empire of Russia. That is the main significance of this novella. First of all, you should understand all the important characters in Animal Farm. Otherwise, it is difficult for you to understand the storyline of this novel. Understand? So, let us familiar with the characters in the Animal Farm. I already told you this is a beast fable. Beast fable, we already studied that what you mean by beast fable. That is all the important characters. All the important characters are animal characters. And these animal characters represent those historical figures who took part in the Bolshevik Revolution as well as other historical events that was going on during his lifetime in Russia. Let us look into the characters. First of all, we are discussing about pigs. I already told you this is a farm consisted of so many animals. From the title itself, we can understand it's animal farm. So, first we are discussing pigs, the category pigs. In that category, first character is Old Major. Old Major, an aged price middle white boar, provides the inspiration that fuels the rebellion. Actually, there is a rebellion that is going on in the farm, and this is the pure representation of that Bolshevik revolution and other historical events that was going on during his lifetime. And this old major is an aged price middle white boar, and he provides the inspiration that fuels the rebellion in Animal Farm. And this old major is an allegorical combination of Karl Marx, one of the creators of communism. Karl Marx is a main proponent of Marxism or communism, one of the creators of communism. And this old major is an allegorical combination of, that means a representation of this Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin, the communist leader of the Russian Revolution and the early Soviet nation. In that, he draws up the principles of the revolution. This is the first character, old major. Second one is Napoleon, a large, rather fierce-looking Berkshire boar. That is Napoleon, a large, rather fierce-looking Berkshire boar, the only Berkshire on the farm. Not much of a talker, but with a reputation for getting his own way. Yes, Napoleon is not a talkative, but with a reputation for getting his own way, and he is an allegorical figure of or allegory of Joseph Stalin. And Napoleon is the leader of Animal Farm. That for one mark question it is important. Napoleon is the leader of Animal Farm, and he is an allegorical figure of Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin, one who took part in or the historical figure in the Russian Revolution or in Russia at that time. I already told you it allegorizes both political empire of the Russia and the Bolshevik revolution that was going on in the country. So Napoleon is the leader of Animal Farm and he is a rather fierce looking Berkshire boar, not at all talkative but with a reputation for getting his own way. Then the next character is Snowball, Napoleon's rival, enemy, and original head of the farm after John's overthrow. Yes, John's, he is the master of this farm that we will see later. And after he was overthrown from his seat, yes, the original head of the farm was Snowball, but Napoleon now Snowball is Napoleon's enemy or rival and original head of the farm after John's overthrow, and his life parallels that of Leon Trotsky. Yes, each and every character represents one historical figure from the Russian, yes, political empire or the historical events that was going on in the country. So Snowball parallels that of Leon Trotsky, but may also combine elements from, yes, Vladimir Lenin. These are the main three characters in this slide. All of you clear? Next character is Squealer. Squealer is a small, white, fat porker who serves as Napoleon's second-in-command and Minister of Propaganda. Squealer is a small, white, fat porker who serves as Napoleon's second-in-command and Minister of Propaganda, holding a position similar to that of Vyacheslav Molotov. A Squealer parallels or is allegorical figure of the historical figure Vyacheslav Molotov, and he is a small white fat porker and the second in command to Napoleon. Next character is Minimus, a poetic pig who writes the second and third national anthems of Animal Farm. After the singing of Beasts of England is banned, after the banning of this national anthem named Beasts of England, this Minimus wrote second and third national anthem of Animal Farm. Is a poetic pig. All these may be 1 mark questions. Who is the poetic pig in the Animal Farm? Minimus. And the band national anthem in Animal Farm is Beasts of England. Yes. All are 1 mark questions. And this particular Squealer parallels whom in the Animal Farm? Yes, the character Squealer parallels whom? That is Vyacheslav Molotov. So, please note down all the 1 mark questions in this section. The piglets, hinted to be the children of Napoleon. Yes, the piglets, these are considered to be the children of Napoleon and are the first generation of animals subjugated to his idea of animal inequality. The animal inequality, that idea was put forward by Napoleon, and the piglets has hinted to be the children of Napoleon and are the first generation of animals subjugated to his idea of, that is Napoleon's idea of animal inequality. The young pigs, 4 pigs who complain about Napoleon's takeover of the farm. Yes, there are also rebels in the Animal Farm, that is against Napoleon's leadership, his doings, action, etc. Like the political figure in the Russian country or the main figure in the Russian Revolution. So here the young pigs, there are 4 pigs who complain about Napoleon's takeover of the farm but are quickly silenced. These 4 pigs are quickly silenced and later executed. The first animals killed in Napoleon's farm purge. Yes, the first animals who are killed by Napoleon's reign or rule. That is these 4 young pigs. Probably based on the great purge of Grigory Zinoviev, Lev Kamenev, Nikolai Bukharin and Alexei Rykov. These 4 are the historical figures, real historical figures, and these 4 pigs allegorizes or parallels these 4 historical figures in real history. All of you understand this section? Okay. Next character is Pinky, a minor pig who is mentioned only once in the novel. He is the pig that tastes Napoleon's food to make sure it is not poison. Yes, his role is like that. He is mentioned only once in the novel, and he is the pig. This Pinky is the pig that tastes Napoleon's food. That is his role. Who tastes Napoleon's food to make sure it is not poison. In response to rumors about an assassination attempt on Napoleon. There was a rumors that spread out in the animal farm, that is the assassination attempt on Napoleon. That's why Mr. Bingy's role is to taste Napoleon's food to make sure that it is not poisoned. These are the big characters in Animal Farm. Next is humans. Human characters in Animal Farm. Let us see. First one is Mr. Johns. Who is this Mr. Johns? A heavy drinker who is the original owner of Manor Farm. Animal Farm. His other name title is Manor Farm. And this Mr. Johns is the original owner of Manor Farm, and he was a heavy drinker. And this manor farm is a farm in disrepair with the farmhands who often laugh on the job. And this Mr. Johns is an allegory of Russian Tsar Nicholas II. Yes, Mr. Johns is an allegorical figure of Russian Tsar Nicholas II, who abdicated following the February Revolution of 1917 and was murdered along with the rest of his family by the Bolsheviks on 17th July 1918. The animals revolt after Johns drinks so much he does not care for them. And this was the real history behind this character. Mr. Johns, he is an allegorical figure of Tsar Nicholas II, and he was abdicated following the February Revolution of 1917 and was murdered along with the rest of his family by the Bolsheviks on 17th July. And here the animals revolt after Johns drinks. He was a heavy drinker. So much he does not. That's why he does not care these animals. So the animals revolted against Mr. Johns in Animal Farm. All of you clear? Next character is Mr. Frederick, the tough owner of Pinchfield, a small but well-kept neighboring farm. Yes, Pinchfield is a neighboring farm of Animal Farm. And this Mr. Frederick is the tough owner of Pinchfield, and this Pinchfield is a small but well-kept neighboring farm who briefly enters into an alliance with Napoleon. This Frederick, yes, who secretly enters into an alliance or tie-up with Napoleon. Animal Farm shares land boundaries with Pinchfield on one side and Foxwood on another. Yes. Animal Farm is in between two other farms, neighboring farms. Animal Farm shares land boundaries with Pinchfield on one side and Foxwood another farm on another side, and making Animal Farm a buffer zone between the two bickering farmers. Next character is Mr. Pilkington. Pilkington, the easygoing but crafty and well-to-do owner of Foxwood. Another neighboring farm is called Foxwood, and Mr. Pilkington is the owner of that Foxwood, a large neighboring farm overgrown with weeds. And Pilkington is wealthier than Frederick and owns more land than Pinchfield, but his family is in need of care as opposed to Frederick's smaller but more efficiently run farm. This Pilkington's farm. Although on bad terms with Frederick, Pilkington is also concerned about the animal revolution that deposed Johns and worried that this could also happen to him. And this Pilkington is also concerned about the animal revolution because in Animal Farm, the owner is Mr. Johns, and he was overthrown by the animals because of the animal revolution. And this Pilkington is also concerned about the animal revolution that deposed Johns and worried that this would also happen to him, and his animals also overthrown him. That is, he is always worried about that concern. That is, this could uh, that what was happened to Mr. Johns, that would also happen to him, that he is also worried about that matter. It is the third human character in animal form, that is Mr. Pilkington. Next character is Mr. Wimper, a man hired by Napoleon to act as the liaison between animal farm and human society. That is Mr. Wimper. Then next category. First we discussed about pigs, second human characters, and the third one is equines. Equines means horse or horse family, group of horses. That is called equines. Equines means horse. So boxer. First character in that category, boxer, a loyal, kind, dedicated, extremely strong, hardworking and respectable cart horse. Cart horse means one who does heavy work, or strong horse that did all the heavy labor or the work. That is called cart horse. And boxer is a cart horse, although quite naive and gullible, and boxer does a large share of the physical labor on the farm because he is the one who strong in that family. Boxer, a loyal, kind, dedicated, extremely strong, hardworking horse, cart horse, that is boxer, and who shares a large part of the physical labor on the farm. Next character is Molly. Molly is a self-centered, self-indulgent and vain young white mare who quickly leaves for another farm after the revolution. That is Molly, in a manner similar to those who left Russia after the fall of the Tsar. That is Molly, another figure in the equines. Next character is Clover, a gentle, caring mare who shows concern, especially for Boxer who often pushes himself too hard. Clover is a gentle, caring mare who shows concern, especially for Boxer. All these are belong to that category equines. Equines means that whole family. Next is Benjamin, a donkey, one of the oldest, wisest animals on the farm. That is Benjamin. Then other animals in the animal farm or characters. That is one is Muriel. Muriel, a wise old goat who is friends with all of the animals on the farm. These are all minor characters. Then the puppies, offspring of Jesse and Bluebell. Yes, offspring of Jesse and Bluebell. The puppies were taken away at birth by Napoleon and raised by him to serve as his powerful security force. These puppies were the security force of Napoleon. And these puppies are offspring of Jesse and Bluebell. And the puppies were taken away at birth by Napoleon and raised by him to serve as his powerful security force. And some other minor characters in the animal farm are horses, sheep, cows, cats, hens, etc. And we will see later the role of these minor characters in this novel. I think all of you are familiar with all the important characters in the animal farm. First of all, you should understand, or you should familiar with all these characters. Otherwise, it is difficult for you to understand the storyline and the relationship between these characters, because major characters are all animal characters. That's why I am introducing all the important characters here in this session. I think all of you understand this session, and students, please try to understand the important characters, their name, their relationship with the real events, here real historical events, that is the allegorical relationship between real historical events and the characters in the novel. And please note down all the one-mark questions that may be asked from this part, and there is a homework for you, and the homework is write down the characters in the animal farm. You should note down all the characters that we are discussing here in your notebook, and try to write note on these characters. That is, I already introduced all the characters, what is each and everyone's features, and its relationship with the real historical events, and what is the relationship between other characters in the novel, etc. Everything I mentioned here. Please note down all the important things related to that particular character here and try to register. That means try to understand, register in your mind what is this character and what is its his or her role in this particular character and his allegorical relationship, etc. Everything you should understand. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to understand the later classes, that is the development of storyline. So please note down the characters in the animal farm, write your homework properly and send back to me. Thank you. Have a nice day and see you again.